Hello and good afternoon, evening or morning, depending on when you're listening to it.
Well done. That was an amazing save.
Wasn't it good? I almost messed that up. This is Curious Crow podcast with me, Chris Borden.
And myself, Martin Willingham.
And today, we don't actually have a running order,
We've got nothing written down, and there's a very good reason for that.
But we'll go into that a bit later.
Yes.
How have you been, man?
I'm all right.
It's been a while since we last did a podcast.
Yes, and I think we should start by talking about going forwards.
Yeah, I definitely think we should, especially considering, New Year. So happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we definitely should, because obviously, do you know what I'm seeing everywhere, especially YouTube at the moment?
Yeah.
The phrase, let's move forward and do better this year.
Yeah, and that's kind of, this podcast is going to, we haven't actually, the reason this hasn't got a script is because we want to change the formula.
Yeah, most definitely.
We don't know how to change the formula right now.
No.
Hopefully we will do. But it's also going to go bi-weekly. It's not going to be every week anymore. In fact, we haven't done it for the last 3.
No,
so
exactly.
It's going to go bi-weekly, and there's a very valid reason. Both Chris and I have careers.
Indeed we do.
And we're busy people. And, the truth of it is, I saw Chris's rota for this month, and it's like rammed. And I looked at mine, and it's rammed and I'm away.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go bi-weekly, at least for now.
Yeah. Until we our schedules maybe calm down a little bit.
I'm hoping in the summer, but we might also decide actually bi-weekly is the thing for us. So it's kind of for now at least. Let's put it that way.
Definitely.
We're very busy, and we want to make it better, and we want to make more video content, and we want to do all this stuff. So, and we've also got we did announce it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We've got No Mercy to work on as well. So it's going to be
coming up soon.
My phone keeps falling down. So we've got No Mercy to work on as well. So that's going to be a thing. Oh, you've loosened it. Oh, off it goes. But yeah, so that's definitely a thing. And
definitely, yeah.
Well, there are lots of works in progress, and
yeah. Do you know what? At the moment, we kind of got a backlog of things to work on for the channel, don't we?
Yes, we do. Our Trello is.
It's teeming.
Yeah,
it's teeming. We have stuff to do. There's the second episode of Challenge Chris hasn't picked up off the ground yet, and that's only because we haven't had the time.
Yeah.
However, I might be looking at a little bit of time off in February, depending on circumstances. And if that is the case, phenomenal, because it means I'll be able to get a load of stuff done, which would be lovely, because I'd like to get Challenge Chris done and finish the second episode at least. There's a couple more advert parodies coming as well. I still need to list them, and then obviously we've also got No Mercy, which will be later on in the year as well.
On my side, Wilbur's Cupboard episode 2 I haven't even started. And we're looking at doing something, because I'll talk about it quickly. For Christmas, I was a very lucky boy. I got a Logitech G29 steering wheel for the PS4. For the PS, he just put the microphone in his mouth. I'm going to have to clean that now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not going to. I got a Logitech G29, and it works with the PlayStation 4, and it also works on the PC, and I've been playing with it, and it's really good. But I noticed in the configuration, the Logitech configuration program, it's got presets for other games. I noticed that Overwatch was one of them. So I thought...
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so I said that to Chris, and he went... Actually, that's a really funny idea. So we might be trying to play some games that really aren't designed for a steering wheel with a steering wheel. And I'd also like to do a video on the steering wheel. And I played it with GT Sport the other day, and it's really good with GT Sport.
Almost like a post-unboxing video.
Yeah, and I played it with Project Cast 2, and it's really good with Project Cast 2.
Is it?
It's amazing. It's genuinely, the only thing it's missing is... the best setup would be a motion sort of simulator and a VR headset.
Yeah.
But I don't have those things. But I tell you what, it does. The way it responds is kind of nearly there. It's uncanny. It's and you can feel the car losing grip and stuff because it's got force feedback. It's really interesting to do. And I've got another idea.
Oh.
Now, do you? Because there's no running order to this, so we don't know what's going on. Do you want me to save the talk of my frivolous eBay purchases?
Yeah, save that for in a bit, mate.
We'll talk about that in a bit, but there's another video idea based on my frivolous eBay purchases when I'm normally drunk.
That's when
all the best eBay purchases happen, by the way.
100%. It just reminds me of, again, the bit they brought up before, Funhouse. I watched one of their old open house videos, which always make me giggle. And I think one of the questions the entire group was asked was, what is the most pointless thing you've ever purchased? Or what's the stupidest thing you've ever purchased? And Lawrence, who's one of the editors, I think, and producers for Funhouse, turns around and goes, I went while drunk. I went on and purchased the name online, bibbootylovers.com, and I just sat there and giggled to myself because I was like, do you know what? That's something that more people do these days than anything else. Like when they're drunk, they just go, I know what I need. bigbootylovers.com, and just leave the domain name, just leave it.
Probably have people begging to buy that off of him.
There probably would be. I mean, especially if you want to do adult content.
There's not any of that on the internet, is there?
Oh, you poor simple boy. No, but
I know about the internet. It's fine.
Well, this is the thing. So sticking on the subject of games and stuff. Do you know one thing that I have found that actually was really intriguing for me?
A new lease on life?
No, not quite yet.
Okay.
That's coming later on in when I'm probably less crippled than
coming in episode 26.
coming in episode 395.
Chris finally breaks free of the cycle
at the age of 85. Just hobbling around with a walking stick and smacking kids with it. But no, sticking on the subject of games, the thing I found really interesting recently is, you know how we recently, kind of before Christmas and New Year's and everything, we started doing some live streaming.
Which we need to do more of.
Yeah, we do. And one of the games that we did play and live stream was Fortnite.
We did.
Have you seen, since we did that, I'm not saying it was down to us in the slightest, because no one watched it, but
yeah.
Have you noticed that all of a sudden Fortnite has blown up over the last 2 months?
I have. It's been. I look at my friends' feed on
yeah.
PS4, and loads of people playing it.
Do you know what? Trying to get. I found, because I tried playing it the other day. Trying to get into a lobby at the moment is almost nigh impossible.
Really? Is it that busy?
I struggled. I struggled to get in. I've got a fairly decent internet connection.
Right. Yeah.
And it hates it. It really, really hates it at the moment. I get people. There are a lot of people who have gone PUBG, or for those not in the know, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. They've migrated to Fortnite. Simply because a lot of the systems and the way things are done are easier, and it's just more fun to play apparently. And I watched a couple of videos on the YouTubes. Where people who have played PUBG for ages when it was still early access and they managed to grab onto it when they were still playing it, and they went, it's good, but there's no creative system there. There's nothing there that and it makes it any different from any other third-person shooter. And I was like, oh, okay, interesting. And then obviously then they turned around and went, oh yeah, we've started playing Fortnite and it's so much better. And I was like, really? How interesting, considering obviously halfway through last year, PUBG was the game to have. Yeah,
I just actually had a little flick on to Kingwin. We normally save our little... It's not even an ad spot. It's not, it's an affiliate link we have. You can go buy it. It's gone down. I remember when it was 40 quid and now it's 21.
21 quid, seriously?
For PUBG, yeah.
Holy moly.
Its value has decreased, let's put it that way.
Wow, that do you know what? That's still quite surprising,
I mean, I can see why. I think that PUBG, I think it's suffered from the same thing that to a lesser extent that Battleborn had when Overwatch came out.
Yeah.
There's not really room for two in that tango. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do know what you mean.
I played that the other day, actually, Overwatch.
Oh, yeah.
Our buddy Matt, I got it for him for Christmas.
Yeah.
He's like, play with me. And I was like, I haven't played Overwatch in ages. Played it. Still a really bloody good game, that.
Well, do you know what,
still
mate?
A good game.
This is the thing, because obviously you invited me to it. I didn't see it until the next day.
I'm very angry at you.
I'm sorry, mate, but I'd had a really long day as it was, and literally as soon as I'd got home, because we'd been to the pub just before that, as soon as I got home, I passed out.
What, from the drink or tiredness?
Maybe both.
Both.
I'm thinking maybe both, just because
legit.
Oh god, it was horrific. But I kind of woke up and went, Oh, missed it. And but I was going to say to you about tonight, because obviously I'm on an early tomorrow anyway, but I never go to sleep early enough for it to matter.
Right.
So if you fancied a bit of Overwatch, and maybe we could get in contact with Mr. McCallum and see what the crack is there, and see what we could do. Maybe even if it's just for an hour.
Do that.
Even if it's for an hour, mate.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see. That's happening tonight.
Yeah, but do you know what? That's what's quite nice at the moment is the fact that there are so many games out there that are kind of all inclusive now, where they encompass whether it's PC, Xbox, PlayStation, all of it, and even the Switch at this point.
Yeah.
And what's quite nice is that they've gone, oh yeah, okay, big market, three main platforms that people play on, but we're still going to keep our game exclusive, our console exclusive games. And I watched a video the other day.
It's a rare thing.
It very much is, but there are 36 games that are going to Xbox One that aren't then going onto any other platforms.
That's what the Xbox One needs.
It kind of is,
because it's got nothing. Like
it's very sparse, isn't it? Well,
it is lately. I mean, the biggest release from Microsoft for the Xbox that's an exclusive was probably Forza 7.
Yeah.
I mean, Forza 7's great, but if you're not into racing games, which a lot of people aren't, I mean, I know a lot of people play the Forza games even if they're not massive into racing games because they like the Forza games,
of course.
But it's not a big enough draw, is it?
No, it's really
not.
Don't
get me wrong, it's a massive game in its own right, but it's not everybody. Whereas like something like Overwatch, everybody's played Overwatch pretty much now.
Yeah,
at this point.
pretty much. I mean that's the thing as well. What people, kind of not failed to realise or anything, but what a lot of people don't seem to understand is that, it's not even understanding, is it? It's a case of the fact that a lot of people have both consoles, or they have PlayStation 4, Xbox, and a PC.
I'm lucky enough too, yeah.
Yep, exactly. There are a lot of people who have that, have that set up and all the rest of it. And so they're not really restricted by anything other than the fact that, in the nicest way possible, money is continually an issue for a lot of people.
Of course. I mean, you can't assume people are going to have both. I mean, I do.
Exactly.
I'm very fortunate in that regard. I've been able to afford a stupid amount of games consoles.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because I mean, I've got a PC and now PlayStation 4. Very fortunate in that regard because I've got a couple of platforms. But what I like at the moment is the fact that I think in this video it said, all these games are coming exclusively to Xbox One first.
That's always a caveat.
Yeah, exactly. And then I think it's because obviously game devs and producers and publishers and all the rest of it turn around and go, yeah, but what about the other side of the audience? What about our other targets, which obviously are PC, PlayStation 4, and even Nintendo.
Let's be honest, the PS4 at the minute is still the biggest platform.
Yeah.
And the Switch is doing very well, which is awesome.
It's really nice to see, isn't it?
I like it. I like the fact that the Switch is doing well. And I like the fact that Nintendo have had a really sensible approach to it. And there have been some really quality games. I was playing Splatoon 2, which I hadn't touched in a while.
Oh, man.
Came back to it. It's still bloody brilliant. I mean, It really is. The only thing that's gutting is, for me, I don't have... I get breaks at work, and I'd quite like to play Splatoon 2. I would like to. No Wi-Fi.
Oh, mate.
It's one of those games where really, to have the fun... I mean, there is a single-player campaign, but I'm just not interested in it. And,
no. Well, that's the thing. You said this about other games before, where the campaign just hasn't gripped you.
Call of Duty games. Old Call of Duty games were a good example. Yeah. We used to be, shit hot on the multiplayer, but not really give a...
Oh, mate. Well, we had a discussion about this last time we saw each other as well. Bloody player. Call of Duty WW2. Now that game it's drawn me in, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing or not, because currently I will depending on what shift I'm on with work, I'll either come home and I'll sit on it for an hour or two,
Right.
and grind away on it, as most
Like
as
you
most people
do most nights in the club.
Exactly, because that's how Daddy makes his money.
Wow.
And no, or I'll kind of wake up and I'll go, right, okay, I'm on the late shift today. What should I do? I could watch some TV, watch a film, listen to some music. Nah, do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and kill some people via video games. And do you know what? I hate to admit it, but I'm one of those people that runs around with a shotgun and just shoots people.
You're one of those.
I'm one of those bastards. Yeah, I'm I'm no one's favourite person on it. I'll be honest with you. Especially the last match I played, which actually I finished just before you got here.
Chris, you're so American. The way you play is so American. That's just, I'm taking the mick because that's a phrase he's used with me before. Yeah,
it's because you did. I'm not even going to get into it with you right now. But this is the thing. I'm running around and the last match I played, oh dear, I got some very nasty messages voice-wise afterwards.
Really?
Yeah, which kind of surprises me.
I thought when the Xbox 360 died, we could move on.
Yeah, no, not a chance. Not a chance in hell.
I get messages like, oh, GTA Online.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Where if I dick someone over, normally by accident, I'm like, you're in my way, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah,
dead.
Exactly.
I was in the middle of this, and I get a rambling message.
Do you know what? I think the one I got, let's put it this way, the one I last got said some very, very insulting things about my mother. And if I was as proficient with a shotgun, excuse me, if I was as proficient with a shotgun in real life as I am in that game, I can assure you whoever that boy was, and it was a boy, it was a teenage boy who lost it with me because I shot him.
It's a video game, kids.
He would have a new anus,
right,
to pour other liquids out of, because I'd make sure that it was all indiscriminate and you couldn't tell which one.
Right.
Yes.
This podcast has taken a dark turn.
No one insults my mum.
Again, fair.
No one insults my mum. Okay, cool.
You know, the weird thing about it is, I get annoyed at video games sometimes. But
who doesn't?
You have to just be like, it's just a video game. It's fine.
Yeah, just like,
world's still turning.
Chill. It's all
Relax.
good. Although, moving on slightly from games, but still onto a virtual thing. Bitcoins.
Okay.
Where do you stand on this stuff? Because I don't actually have any understanding of it.
You don't understand what it is?
No, I do, because obviously isn't it? Bitcoins is like the currency for a lot of like mobile games, and like people are investing in it, so that every time someone pays 99p to get a pot of gold or whatever on their mobile game, it passes on. Or I just don't understand it. But I've seen a lot of people talking about it.
It's not quite like that. So I'll explain Bitcoin, and I'm gonna mess this up.
Okay,
right? Because there's a lot of very complicated stuff, but the short version is Bitcoin is a virtual currency.
Right.
Okay. And it has an exchange rate, just like pounds, dollars, euros. Imagine it's like that. It's a currency without a government.
Okay.
Okay. So when you look at it like that, you go, oh, okay, makes more sense.
Right.
You can mine Bitcoin with computer hardware. Used to be GPUs. Now you need to have special boxes, and they work out mathematical problems.
Right.
Okay. Which is called a hash. So they're working away on that, and then they work out these problems, and for the reward of working out those problems, they're awarded Bitcoin. More to the point, parts of a Bitcoin, because one Bitcoin is worth quite a lot of money.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I don't know how much exactly. You can pay for real world things with Bitcoin.
Right.
Sometimes it's used for slightly shady stuff, but effectively it's a currency.
Right.
And instead of like working to earn Bitcoin, you have machines working out mathematical equations. Because it's encrypted as well.
Right. Okay.
You have something called a Bitcoin wallet, which is where you keep your Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is like a file effectively on your computer, and then all the other computers on the network verify those transactions as part of their mathematical equations.
Okay.
Short version is, imagine it's like the pound, the dollar, the euro, and you basically get the picture. I'm sure somebody listening to this will go, oh, he's completely wrong there. I'm sure I am. Okay, and I'm sure there are better videos on the subject probably on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
There are probably great articles written by the Financial Times and institutes like that. But that's my basic understanding of it.
Okay, right. The only reason I brought it up is just because it has been everywhere, and actually it came up on my phone earlier. Literally, all I was playing a mobile game. This is why I thought it had something to do with that.
Mobile games.
Yeah, but
anything really.
Yeah, when it came up, and it literally said, "Invest in Bitcoin now." I'm just sat there going,
"There's a lot of that going on." Advert-wise,
right, what is Bitcoin? So that's why I thought I'd bring it up, because obviously I've seen it mentioned here, there, and everywhere. But I just didn't know what it was. And while obviously I'm assuming there's quite a bit of money to be made from it.
There's been a bit of a slump lately, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on a massive high, and now it's gone a bit down. There's also other things, like there's also Urethrum. I keep want to call it urethra.
Urethra.
But it's
that's something
not
completely different. Don't mind that.
Which is another one. You've got Litecoin, which is another one.
Yeah, I did see that as well.
You've got Dogecoin.
What?
Dogecoin.
As in Doge.
As in Doge.
As in woof 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 Doge.
Woof 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 Doge. It's called Dogecoin. So there is no physical currency, but they
does it mean you can get a dog?
I'm
doing it. I want a dog.
You might be able to buy a dog with Dogecoin.
Mother, I'm getting a dog.
But yeah, Bitcoin's a thing, and we sometimes mention CEX.
Yeah.
Or sex, they want to be called, but I can't.
No, I can't do it. Not in good conscience.
No, not without feeling filthy. They actually accept Bitcoin.
Oh, really? Do they actually?
Yes.
What?
Here's the thing with Bitcoin. You might just think to yourself, okay, well, I can just mine it, right? I've got a computer. I can just mine it. You have to weigh out the benefits versus the cost.
Yeah.
So you have to pay for the electricity. That's a cost. A lot of the time, sometimes the cost of the electricity is worth more than the Bitcoin is.
Okay.
So, yeah. People used to mine them on graphics. Well, first of all, it started being on processors. So the processors work it out. And then clever people, realised that graphics cards were actually better at doing the job.
Right,
so they shifted onto the graphics cards. Now, specialised equipment is better at doing the job. But there are still things like Litecoin, I think, is still profitable on GPUs. It's a very complicated technical minefield. As for investing in it, it's just like any financial market.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, I am in zero position to give any financial advice.
Yeah.
For two reasons. One, the media industry, which both kind of in. You have to say that.
Yeah.
I am not a financial advisor. And two, I'm not a financial advisor.
That's the big point, isn't it? Really,
it's weird though. Those invest in Bitcoin now ads. I'm surprised there's not some ASA trouble going on with those.
Who knows? There might be.
Might be.
We'd have to do some more digging on that.
The problem is, I expect they're generated in America, which makes it very cloudy and grey area.
Well, do you know what? Moving on from
weird
virtual stuff. Yeah. I just saw a story on my Facebook newsfeed that kind of made me go, huh? And I kind of had to literally, it was while you were talking about Overwatch and stuff, I was sat there just looking at it because it was a video. I was just sat there watching it, and there's a bunch of OAPs.
Okay.
Older.
I'm glad
citizens.
It's not the other video you showed me earlier.
Yeah, well that's for private use. Again, Daddy's got to make money. And it was sat there. There's a load of OAPs.
Okay.
From New Zealand.
Okay.
Who are all making their own coffins.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's depressing.
Yeah, isn't it just? But to be fair, they're in pretty high spirits about it. Like they all get the wood, they all cut it to the right size, they measure themselves and everything, and then they decorate it how they want it.
In a way, that's quite nice.
It's what was the name
empowering.
of the video? It was the elderly finally take it finally. Bad way to phrase it.
Pretty bad, yeah.
The elderly finally taking control over their demise is genuinely what the video was called.
Wow,
that's pretty horrendous.
Brutal.
That's pretty brutal. But at the same time, like I kind of, I don't know. I admire that. I guess to be able to turn around and go, you know, they're not feared of the great abyss or the big pearly white gates or anything. Which or whatever your belief is in that kind of thing. that they're not scared of it to the point where they can't even think about it. They're actually planning for it.
Right.
I kind of admire that.
You know, here's the thing is, I was watching a TV show which I've talked about before called Adam Ruins Everything, and he does an episode on death, right? And this sounds pretty grisly, but he talks about why you should tell people what you would like, and also, stuff like that. Because he uncovers the sort of the funeral home, the funeral care business a little bit and how it works, which in turn pushed me to do some research.
Oh,
so
really?
I know what I want, and I will spell it out here so it's documented. So when
Okay.
I'm dead, no one can say I didn't tell you. Okay. I would like a natural burial.
We've had this discussion, you and me.
The idea is they wrap. This is going to sound unglamorous. I wrap you in a bit of cloth and stick you in an hole in the ground, right?
Stick you in a hole.
Stick you in a hole. I'll dig it myself if I knew where it was going to be. And that's kind of it. A nice little peaceful ceremony, because funerals are expensive. I don't want to bankrupt my friends and family. I don't want to have them cause financial problems. And also, honestly, I know that cremation is, for instance, bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Okay, but these are my
Yeah.
reasons. Cremation is bad for the environment. I'm not religious, so I don't need a religious service. What I want to do is have a nice little thing where people come along and, chuck me in the ground. Hopefully it'll be more dignified than that, but if it's not, I guess I'm not going to really mind. And then go to the pub and get hammered.
Okay.
That's
like
what I
that.
want. Go to the pub. Afterwards, go to the pub and get smashed and have a laugh at me. Because, one, if I were there, I would want you to do that. And two, why not have a joke at my expense? I'm not going to care. Either way,
That's fair.
I'm not going to care. So,
Do you want to know my plans?
what's your plan?
See, my plan.
This is a morbid episode of the
It is a little
Curious
bit,
Crow
but-
podcast.
Oh well, isn't it's starting off the year as we mean to go on.
Next week we talk about sanitary issues.
Yeah. No, my plan is I want a really lavish funeral. I've decided fuck the cost.
Right.
Everyone else can suffer for it. So everyone
I'm
can
not
suffer
putting in
for
a
my death.
penny, you
That's
arsehole.
But you'll want to go. You'll want to go. I can guarantee you.
Yeah.
Because the thing is I would like an open casket.
Oh.
Do you know? Here we go. Listen to this. So, everyone will walk in, we'll pay their respects and everything, all the rest of it. The 4 people turning up. Everyone will take a seat. And it will start. But there's going to be some wire attached to my corpse.
I think animatronics.
No, I'm thinking wires
All
because
right.
it's going to be attached to a ceiling fan. And just as they're about to try and, cart me off to bury me, burn me, whatever, the theme to Space Jam will start playing. And someone's going to switch the fan on and have me spinning around and around.
Can I switch the fan on?
You can indeed. And then you can stand there and laugh.
Talking of death and funerals and stuff, me and my mate Matt have a pact.
You do.
We have to. I won't say the word.
No.
Because it's the only word we're really not allowed to say on it. I have to. Right. If I go first, he has to do it for me. And if he goes first, I have to do it for him. But we must say the naughty C word at the funeral.
I love that.
It is a condition. We must say it. So I've got to stand, or he's got to stand, in front of hopefully quite a lot of... Yeah, I'd like to think I've got a lot of friends. Grieving
all 3 of
people and
us.
say the C-bomb. Just love that. I think that's going to be... honestly, whichever one of us is going to be laughing away.
Oh, yeah,
It's
100%.
amazing.
They'll be
I'm
giggling.
going to dread that.
There'll be a lot of giggling, mate.
So for once in my life, I'm thinking, I hope I go first. In a really selfish way, 'cause I don't want to say
I don't want... No, I don't blame you. But to be fair, I'm kind of hoping that both you and Matt will be about for my funeral, because I think you'll both very, 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 very much appreciate
You're younger than me.
I know, yeah, but no, but I think you'll both appreciate the Space Jam.
Yes.
And then we've got to make it so that the wire is thin enough that it'll snap and fling me out the door.
There's a pulley. Someone's got a pulley that just releases a catch.
straight through the church window.
No, straight into the hearse.
I always straight into oncoming traffic.
I always thought if I have a hearse,
yeah,
there's a condition.
Well,
It has to do it has to wherever I get buried. Has to do a handbrake turn into the car park and do donuts. That is, and they can use any old hearse they want. I want one that they're just about to retire, and they can just rag the tits off of it in the car park with me in the back. I'm not going to mind.
no,
It'll just be a banter.
yeah, too right, mate.
And
Too
I
right.
want, I want people to enjoy it, and then at the wake get smashed.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
yeah, man.
Do
Do you know what? Shall we move on from
you know what,
from
if
go
you
on.
were to play your Space Jam thing,
Yeah.
can I, if I'm unfortunate enough to be there in a
Yeah.
way, can I please play it on cassette tape? Just for added effect, just have a boombox in the corner, just slip a cassette tape in, close the thing and press play,
No, mate.
and the tape gets jammed.
No, you're not. No.
Why?
I've got a better plan. If you and Matt are both there,
You're going to get pressed on vinyl or something.
no.
All right.
He's got to play it on pan pipes, and you've got to follow up with recorder. And I don't expect it to be played well in the slightest. I hope it isn't, because it'll be funnier.
There's a reason why I segue onto cassette tapes and vinyl.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
I think you probably figured it out. For Christmas, I was a very lucky boy.
Yes, you were.
I got a Audio-Technica turntable. Now, just some background. I know about vinyl. Used to DJ, have decks, but they're not practical in the house. Right?
No.
They're just not practical to have. So this lovely, fully automatic turntable is wonderful. You press a button, the record starts playing. I also dug out at my parents' house a 6 CD vintage Goodman's CD player.
Ooh.
I put them both up. And that got me thinking it because this thing's lovely. It's got sentimental value as well, because it came from my uncle who passed away a couple of years ago now. So it has sentimental value, and it's awesome. Okay, so there's that. And then I just had a weird nostalgia trip. I was thinking, what happened to iPods? Where did they go?
That's a good point.
I have an iPod Shuffle, which I used to put on episodes of Radio 4's I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, and then I go on holiday and listen to it, because I am apparently 52.
Yes.
So I was a bit squiffy.
Yes,
I put on the old port. And I had a CEX voucher that I was given a very long time ago, burning in my pocket.
All right, okay.
So I bought an iPod Nano.
Standard. Okay. I can get with it.
And it's come, and it works, and it sounds great, right? And it's just like I remember, because it is the same thing. And so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, why don't I do an episode of something talking about these old music formats, because I have mini discs as well.
Oh,
I've got cassettes, I've got CDs, I've got vinyl. These are all things that have been in my life at some point.
Yeah.
Now it's not going to be, when this video does eventually happen, it's not going to be like here's how the format works. It's going to be these are my memories, and this is a brief overview of what it is. So that happened, and then I went on eBay again. I went on eBay this time, and thought to myself, you know what I never had, but I thought was really cool at the time?
Go on.
The iPod Mini, which is the one that came before it, because I never had an iPod. My first MP3 player, 128 megabyte Sony. It used a piece of software called Sonic Stage. If that sends shivers down your spine, you've experienced it. It's not nice. But I had this MP3 player. Wonderful little thing. But it cost £150 for 128 megabytes.
Oh, that's painful, isn't it?
And at the same time, the iPod Mini was out, which was about the same money, but for 6 gigabytes.
Oof.
So I made the bag cool. But I always admired them.
Yeah.
I had a Nano. I had the first generation Nano and the second generation Nano, and then I got an iPod Touch, and then the rest is history. I kind of miss those as well, but I'm not going to buy one of them. I went on eBay, and I have bought, and I won it today for 99p.
Amazing.
It is a second generation iPod Mini.
Oh, blimey. Okay.
Pink.
In pink.
Do you want to have a look?
Let's have a quick look.
Crane your head around. This is it. In pink. Isn't it absolutely
fabulous?
Spectacular.
It is fabulous on all different levels.
I need to clean it up by the looks of things. It looks
filthy. Maybe just a little bit, mate.
You know what I missed? I missed the click wheel. You know the little click wheel on my iPod?
Yeah.
I missed that.
I forgot about them.
And how brilliant they were. So I have random iPods. I've also been... Why has my life gone like this? I've also been digitizing old CDs. Because in the past I had a big MP3 music collection, which I still have stored away on a hard drive, but it was messy.
Yeah.
So I decided when I went back to my parents' house, I'm going to start digitizing the CDs that I want. Now I'm, older and I'm not interested in Aqua as much. So I digitized stuff at home and sent it to my server, which has also just had to be repaired.
Oh, God, okay.
I'll talk about that in a minute. This is going to be a long episode. Strap on. No, don't worry. This won't be as long as our normal ones, actually, incidentally, because I'm hungry. And we want to go for a pint.
True.
So, start digitizing all my music. And I found, and people go, what's your favourite band? And I say Queen. And they go, really? I never hear you listening to Queen. That's because I kind of exhausted myself of it.
Yeah.
I had every Queen album on CD.
Blimey.
I was missing a few. Hopped on eBay. 11 quid later. They've all turned up now. I have the entire Queen collection on compact disc. I'm building an MP3 digital music library on my server because I want to. So I figured, well, why not have something to play them all on? So now I'm getting MP3 players. I've got Spotify. I don't need this. I don't need to do this.
You don't?
And also, I've got my movies backed up. Legitimately backed up, I must add. I own them all. I've written them off DVD. This server as well, it basically half died. I went to change the processor in it.
Yeah.
And I bent one of the pins on the CPU.
Mate.
So I put a Q6600 in it, which is a quad-core processor, Intel one, that fit the socket. Brilliant. 'Cause it was an old motherboard that I'd got. It was actually started the Quail PC, which is your computer. Convoluted story out of the way. I broke it, so I had to go onto Amazon, and I bought myself. I had a processor from another computer, which I spare. Bought myself a new motherboard. I bought the sort of motherboard you need to buy, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
Bought that and installed new RAM. I had to go and buy new RAM memory. I traded Crash Bandicoot for some RAM memory. That's how tragic my life is.
Mate.
So I did all of that. Basically, I've got the server working. I've got my movies and stuff, and it works, and it's amazing. It's like my dream from 2007 has come true. That's the random stuff I've been up to. But I, in a future video, I will show you this beautiful old vintage 6 CD change. It's amazing. The whole cartridge pops out and it makes funny noises, and you can program it. So you can be like, I want disc 2 track 3, then I want disc 5 track 1 or whatever.
That's cool.
It is awesome. And I also bought CDs the other week.
Oh, mate.
As part of this video, I've got it on vinyl as well, so we're going to do a comparison. I bought Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits.
Yes.
And I bought, and I'm not ashamed of this, I don't mind saying it, I bought Ariana Grande's CD.
Fair.
So I forget, from HMV, I'm proud to be supporting them.
Oh, yes. HMV. Oh, I miss that company.
There's one in High Wycombe.
I know there is, mate.
Very handy. That's the one I visit. Visit my rents. What was I going to say? Yeah. I bought a CD and I forgot how nice it is.
Yeah?
To have a CD.
It's
so nice.
No, it must be.
It's because music's. I mean, Spotify is. Don't get me wrong. Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all of those. They're amazing.
Oh yeah.
I can listen to any song I want, anytime, anywhere, as long as I have an internet connection or I have it downloaded.
Yeah.
Any song. I don't need to go and buy all this stuff, all these vinyls and the vinyls. I hate that term. All the vinyl CDs. I don't need to. But there's something really nice about really owning it.
Yeah, definitely.
And
having a hard copy.
I guess I've got nostalgic and I just missed that.
That's what happens when you get old, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm so old.
That's what happens. You start feeling
Kids
nostalgia.
these days will not remember iPods.
No,
they
not
won't.
at all.
And also, they probably won't know a CD. I mean, for instance, do you have a CD player in this house?
Yes, we do actually. There's one just down over there behind.
Oh, so there is
underneath the TV.
Okay, bad example. But
exactly.
How often does it get used?
Very, very, very rarely.
Do you have a cassette player?
It's built in with that.
Okay. Well, I actually have a separate cassette player. But use on
Beth has
the
a separate one upstairs as well.
I've got a cassette player that I use for playing ZX Spectrum games.
Amazing.
So yeah, it's a weird nostalgia. Do you not feel nostalgia for that old stuff? Did you have
Sometimes
an iPod?
I do. No, I never had an iPod. I had a Walkman.
If you get on eBay, mine was a Walkman. If you get on eBay, you can probably snatch up an iPod Mini for 99p. The problem is the postage is £9 bloody quid.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I think he's making a bit of money on that.
Probably making a bit.
I'm going to see if I can find one for you. Do you know what, the iPod Mini is 6 gig, which will fit a fair amount of music on it. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to do some Googling for you right now.
All right, mate. Well,
whilst I do that, you go and do something else.
Okay, mate.
Okay.
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, we've talked absolute bollocks today.
Because there's no running order.
Because there's no running order.
That's what happens.
But do you know what? It's not been too bad because I think we've been thinking things off the top of our heads and we've actually been able to have a decent conversation out of it. Obviously, over Christmas and New Year, we were very, very busy people, which is just part and parcel of life, I suppose.
Well, you can get a refurbished one for 32 quid. It's more than I paid.
Well, do you know what? This is the thing. Obviously, as Martin said earlier, we will be probably doing this bi-weekly now for the foreseeable, just to see how it goes. Because, obviously, we're going to miss doing it every single week. But in the same breath, it will also give us more chance to collaborate things to actually talk about and do.
15 quid, Chris. You can get yourself an iPod Mini in pink.
See, like this, I have no intention of getting an iPod, but still, Martin's still finding one for me.
You can get one in blue, but it's an extra £2.90 postage.
All right.
Silver,
obviously,
18 quid.
I'm all right, thanks, mate.
The silver one looks dank AF.
In the coming weeks and coming months, obviously, there will be more stuff coming to the channel and to our Facebook page as well. We'll be bringing new videos, new content, reworked stuff as well, as there are a couple of things in the works, hopefully. No Mercy, we'll be announcing it soonish, hopefully. Once we get a few more details nailed down with it.
We're actually going to hammer that out over a pint tonight.
Yeah, exactly, which is going to be nice. And obviously, there's loads of other stuff that will be going on and will be being posted, etc., etc., whether it's social media or whether it is on the channel itself. So yeah, and it's just keep an eye open for the different things because there will be a few.
We're hoping to do more. We're hoping to do a lot more.
We are very
much.
much so.
We're just very busy, and that's all. And we don't do this full time. If we did, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be.
The content you'd get would be wicked. I have got myself a new camera.
Yes, you have.
So hopefully the videos I shoot will be better. I've got another lens as well now.
Lovely.
So hopefully that will help.
Definitely
as well. I spent a lot of money on a surround sound system.
Yeah.
On your birthday.
On my birthday,
I took you to Reading and bought something very expensive for
me.
You. Yeah. But to be fair, I did then take you
for lunch
to Reading and I took you to
it was very
a
nice.
Steakhouse.
It was so
that was by accident. We were supposed to get a pizza, but they were busy.
God, it was so good.
It was good, man. We should go again.
Yeah, we really should.
Especially with that set menu. That's not actually
do you know what? I'm thinking go there after payday. If I'm honest with you, because I'm.
Let's go to the one closer to us.
Yeah,
there's
most definitely. Sounds good to me. Good to me.
Was good.
But yeah, I think honestly, without having to bore the socks off of everyone any further, that's kind of it for this week.
It kind of is, and I think we've done well. We've made 43 minutes and 11 seconds at this point.
Not too bad.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah.
As I said before, and as Chris said, things are going to change.
Yeah.
Do stick around for it though, because hopefully they're all good changes. Yeah, I'd love to say we're going to go back to doing one every week after January, but we might not. I think
we'll have to wait and see.
A new format's coming. If you've got any suggestions, comment. It's fine. Yeah. As long as you're nice.
Drop us a message about it.
Yeah.
Don't forget you can listen to the podcast and see all our videos and stuff on YouTube.
That's right.
They are also linked up with SoundCloud and on the
Apple
podcast app. I always get it wrong. It's because I'm not an Apple fanboy. And also as well, if you guys are looking for cheap games to play on your PC, don't forget you can go to kingwin. Is it .com or .org
.net.
or .net? And
there will be a link in the description.
Yeah, and they obviously get a game slightly cheaper off, and then we make a little bit from it, just so that we can actually start putting it back into the channel because. That's the intention for it.
That's right.
So yeah. And one thing that we didn't do, or we haven't been doing. 1 second.
Oh well, I can't wait. This is
death.
Yeah.
We haven't been naming the episodes.
Well, I think this one needs to be named something actually sensible.
Definitely. Do you think?
Yeah, I think this one needs to be called something like
New Year, New Me.
Oh,
I know, I hate that bullshit, but still.
Who's putting that up on Facebook? You boring people.
Quickly goes onto Facebook, removes.
I'm joking. They're not normally boring.
No,
people,
but still.
But it's a boring thing to say.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like New Year, no, you're going to be the same as you were last year. I have no plan on changing in 2018.
No, me neither. Everyone's just gonna still have to put up with me.
I'm still going to be the same old grumpy bastard.
Well, do you know what? I think honestly, probably the best name for the episode.
Yeah, go on.
This is my personal suggestion. Is New Crow, because we are the Curious Crow, and we're looking at doing things a bit new.
Okay,
New and shiny.
it's called New Crow.
Cool.
That's it from us this week.
Indeed it is.
It's been a pleasure to be back, actually. It's nice.
It is nice.
No running order. We haven't talked about anything we've been playing. We haven't even got a weird news story.
No, we haven't.
But I like it. Rambling nonsense. It's been fun. We'll see you probably in a couple of weeks then.
Definitely.
But for now, that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye.